After a flurry of executive orders from President Trump on immigration, Ohio lawmakers are getting to work here in Columbus. NBC4 State House reporter Natalie Fahmy joins us live to tell us about a bill that puts local governments on the hook. Natalie?
Anna, Jared, if the bill sounds a little bit familiar, that's because it was first proposed late last year. The bill sponsor tells me it's about curbing illegal immigration and says he's hoping to fast track it.
Hey, if you want to mess around and find out, that's on you.
That's Representative Josh Williams. He's behind House Bill 26, which would require state and local authorities to cooperate with the federal government in the enforcement of immigration laws.
Anyone that provides sanctuary to them is violating federal law, and any city or government within the state of Ohio that is providing sanctuary to these individuals who are here illegally, you are going to risk losing state funding, period.
The legislation has a non-compliance clause. A city or a municipality found not to be working with the federal government would lose 10% of its state dollars.
We landed at that number because it had to be enough for it to make sense, to be a deterrent.
It puts local governments in a very difficult spot because their funding is being sometimes dramatically affected either way, whether they comply or whether they do not.
Gary Daniels, chief lobbyist for the American Civil Liberties Union of Ohio, tells me cities will likely have to spend money or lose money whether or not they comply if House Bill 26 becomes effective.
Not only are they liable financially for violations of constitutional rights, but they're going to have to come up with the money for everything else they need to do.
Williams tells me if this bill passes, not only could someone raise a complaint, but the cities have to affirm their commitment to not becoming a, quote, sanctuary city for illegal immigrants.
They're going to have to affirmatively state to the Attorney General that they don't have these policies on the books. And if you lie, and we find out later on that you did have these policies, you are going to be at risk of losing substantial dollars.
We think House Bill 26 unfairly places a variety of burdens on local governments and local law enforcement with regard to the enforcement of immigration law.
This bill was just introduced, but Williams tells me he is hopeful it will pass in time to determine whether some cities will lose part of their funding before the state budget passes sometime this spring or summer. Local for you at the State House, I'm Natalie Fahmy, NBC4.